morning, Meridian, and welcome to Business Buzz. This is our program where we highlight some of our newest chamber members and showcase their business and give things that they are doing in our Meridian community. Joining us today for our episode of Business Buzz is Heidi Reece with Advocates Against Family Violence. Good morning, Heidi.
Good morning.
I had the privilege to meet Heidi a couple days ago and discuss their organization. Heidi, you mentioned that Advocates Against Family Violence has been established for over 17 years, but many people don't really know that much about it. Tell us a little bit about what Advocates Against Family Violence does and their mission behind it.
Well, what we do is we are an emergency shelter for women and children for domestic violence and sexual assault. But we have so many other community programs and resources available as well. With our mission, what we would love to say that our overall mission is to stop domestic violence altogether and shut the door of Hope's door for good. But we know that in this world, in this reality, that's not a possibility. We have seen, obviously, with the pandemic and everything, we've seen numbers rise. And but what we want to do, what we do here at Hope Store is just really want to educate and bring awareness of domestic violence and sexual assault to the community, and maybe someday, you never know, that we can shut the doors of Hope Store, but right now that's just not a reality. So what we do is we want to be able to educate the community in many areas, such as mental health, about healthy relationships, counseling, and these are just some of the areas we provide support on. Our aim is to promote healing in those already affected by the abuse. We are also working to prevent violence among our younger generations and reduce the trauma exposure to violence in childhood, adolescence, and early childhood through some of our school programs as well. So,
yeah, definitely. So kind of continue off that, many people are unaware of the programs that Advocates Against Family Violence provides and only really see the organization as a shelter. Could you explain to our audience what other programs you offer outside of the shelter?
Yes, of course. We offer civil protection order assistance. We offer safety planning classes, counseling, immigration referrals, court advocacy, housing advocacy, emergency food, clothing, and hygiene, along with our emergency shelter. We have household items. We have youth advocacy. We do a lot of programs here through the summer. So if you're wanting to get your kids out to do some fun things, here in Caldwell at the admin building, we have been doing some really fun summer programs, which are free, and we provide some dinner to go along with it. So if you wanted to check the next one out, that is coming up. It's in July, and I want to say it's the 8th maybe, but it's on our Facebook page, and you'll see that. But it's just something fun to bring your kids to do, and I know they're gonna make hero masks. So that's going to be the next one. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I brought my son out to one, and we got to make the tie-dye t-shirt and just learn about resiliency. So we have that program as far as the youth advocacy. We have support and educational classes, and we have our Hope Lane Learning Center, which is kind of right next to me. And so sometimes you get to hear the kids back there playing and stuff, but those are just some of the programs that we have available. Yep. And then, like I said, we offer resources to all individuals. We want to just be able to make a positive effect into the lives of all individuals.
Yeah. So now that we just talked about those programs that you have kind of outside of the shelter, can you tell our audience about the 120-day program that you were kind of talking to me about that you offer to the people within the shelter and all the various classes and life lessons that are taught within that program?
Yeah, so when we do an intake on a client, when she comes into the shelter. So the shelter program is 120 days, and that's a program that they come in and just kind of learn where the behavior starts. And it's just obviously when a client walks into the door the first day, is pretty much, I can say all hope is gone. They have no hope, and that's the first thing that we want to instill, is just that there is hope. There are ways to get through this and learn different behaviors and boundaries and things like that, to be able to get through the process of just everything that they've gone through in their life, and what their children have seen. And so what they do is they come in and they do the intake process, and I've never had to do that before, so I know there's quite a bit to that part of it. But when they come in, and throughout the 120 days, they learn different things in the program. So what we offer is programs available that we offer to the women is we do healthy relationships. Obviously, we teach and they learn about what a healthy relationship is and what it looks like. And that's an important part too that we teach in the schools and the adolescents, is because that's where we as humans pick up that interaction, as with our parents and with the people that we go to school with. That's kind of when we start learning about relationships and what's healthy and what's not. And along with that, they teach about which is called life, which is about boundaries, and what are boundaries and where do we place them, and different things like that. The other thing that they learn is Bright Beginnings, and that is a parenting class. And we teach those classes not only in the shelter, but we teach them to the public as well. And that's a really great class to come in and learn. And just, if you're a parent, we obviously didn't get a book on being a parent, but how to be a better parent. And so we teach about those kind of classes in the structure of the program. We teach about transformations, which is about love and self-care and self-love. That's a part of it. We teach journey, which is domestic violence awareness, safety planning, different things like that. We kind of dig deep into that when they are ready to go out, because they've gone through the program and they're ready to go out and in transitional housing, we have that as well. When they leave the shelter, there's opportunities for them to go into transitional housing, but they learn the coping skills of life and to how to go and live again, because they've been under this control and abuse for so long. So the other thing is that we have fun stuff too. We have a Zoom class that we teach, or that they get involved in if they want to. We have a creative gallery, which is an art class, and just to express yourself. I know a lot of people really can express themselves through art and music and dance, and we do those fun things as well, because that's what life's about, is to have fun and to just do the best that we can, but you want to also just create a little fun environment in there. Then we have a financial wellness class, and that's a good class to learn different things, because from my past, where I was in financial I was in the financial world before I came here, I was able to teach that financial literacy class up there at the shelter. And it's just about the basics, some things that some women don't get to do or don't get to know, as far as how to use your debit card, how to go grocery shopping. A lot of women have that control that they didn't know how to do that. So those are some of the things that we get to teach the women up there at the shelter, just basic living skills sometimes that we teach up there. And so, so those are kind of just the various classes and stuff that they learn up there at the shelter.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Heidi, what are some upcoming events that Advocates Against Family Violence are holding that are open to the public?
So we have, you'll see on our Facebook page the invite, but we would love for anybody that wants to come down and find out who we're about, but just overall, just come out and have some fun. I know we all need it this year. And yeah, and we're having a really fun event coming out September 25th. It's called the Hope Down. Usually, this is taking place of our gala that we usually have. We usually have a big gala, like a lot of nonprofits do for the year, but we're going to kind of change it up a little bit and do more of a home down style. And so it's going to be at Indian Creek Plaza, September 25th at 5 p.m. And if you go onto our Facebook page, you'll see the invite, you'll see the Eventbrite link, and it's $40, and that's for food and a drink. Then we'll have a no-host bar there as well. We'll have music. We'll have an interactive auction, and then we're going to have kind of some speakers, and then just kind of a fun event with I think it's Champions Karate Studio. And they're going to come in and break some boards and do a really fun, do a fun event that way. We're just going to have a dessert auction and, just some fun. So come on out and join us. And if you want to get out and come enjoy the great weather and some food and just some fun, it'll be September 25th at Indian Creek Plaza.
That sounds like a great night.
Yes, it's for a great cause. Yep.
Yeah, for a great cause as well. So the last thing is we want to ensure that anyone watching can get into contact with you. So what is the best way for someone seeking help or a program to get into contact with you?
Well, if you need help, if you need assistance and you are looking for, just to get out of a situation, we have our 24-hour crisis line, which is 208-459-4779. That is to reach somebody up at the shelter. As far as the admin, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well, but our admin phone number is 208-459-6330. Currently, we have no openings at our shelter. It is full. But normally Hope Store has 22 rooms available. 11 of those are family rooms and 12 are single rooms. 2 of those rooms we dedicate and secure for the Region 3 mental health clinic. So that's our shelter is about 101 years old, and it's going to be getting a facelift soon. But yeah, so that's our shelter, and that's the like I said, the emergency shelter, we usually have, an availability, but with the way things are right now, we're full.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Heidi. And I encourage everyone here in Meridian to support Advocates Against Family Violence and go out to their September 25th event. And thank you for joining us. And I wish you guys all the best.
Yes, thank you.
So join us next Thursday at 10 a.m. for our Business Bus program with Business Interiors of Idaho. But until then, stay safe and have a great 4th of July weekend.